Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Before we forget, we like to keep it short and sweet. I'm Duran,
I'm Mike.
I'm Rich. I'm still in the building.
and we're going to get straight into it. This is part two of if you could change the way you grew up and your financial status when you grew up, would you change it?
So we talked about how we wouldn't change it. We appreciate that, all right? But I guess where I kind of what kind of gets me is the leap that I feel like for all of us we've gone to from where we grew up at and then where our kids are growing up at. Because I'm at a point now where I'm like, I gotta take you back here so you can see some of this. And it's weird when I take my kids like to what I consider home, because that's where I grew up, right? So when I go down in these areas and they're like, why does that house have boards on it? Or why does that guy walk in like that? And I'm just like, I can't really tell you the truth that's a crackhead. Like, and we knew it growing up, but they don't know what a crackhead is. They don't know none of that. And it kind of throw me off some. And although I wouldn't change how I grew up, I definitely don't want them growing up like that.
No.
Facts. And then you know what? I ain't even mad at you for doing that because I did the same thing. I took my whole family to where I grew up at. I'm talking about Fifth Street. I took them all the way down there. As soon as we hit the block, first thing you see when you look straight down, it's empty spaces. It's burnt up. It just looked void. It didn't even look like a real neighborhood. And I was like, let me get down there until I really stayed. I showed them, man, when I looked at it, it just looked like it was, if I just held both my fingers up, it was actually like 5 homes in one because it's an apartment building. It's Section 8 and stuff like that. And what's the other one?
Housing Authority?
Yeah, Housing Authority. So it's Housing Authority in Section 8. Those things were so small, but to me as a kid, that apartment was so big. But going back and looking at it, it wasn't nothing. I mean, it was different. My wife was just like, you grew up over here? I'm like, yeah, my son didn't even say nothing. He was just looking like, like, what is this? Like,
so I remember he used to work not too far from where, or he used to live not too far from where you work, Rich. And I remember we used to walk there, like from 29th Street all the way down there. And it wasn't nothing to walk past a crackhead or somebody ask you for money. And how we just maneuvered. We wasn't nervous. We wasn't like, it was just normal.
That's normal. It was normal.
Right. And then nowadays, like people see people on the corner and they're like, oh no, lock the doors. And I'm just like,
but we was cool with crackheads back in the day, though.
Right.
Like your neighborhood crack, we was cool with them.
You knew who he was.
Yeah. Hey, you want a couple dollars here, bro? You know what I'm saying? As we got old, we had some money. We was cool with crackheads, though. That's normal.
We had a few who used to bring us some stuff. Be like, hey, y'all want some? Y'all want this? Just throw me $10.
Yeah. That's a whole nother
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got it from, but I got it. Nowadays, things got too much trackers on it. Man, you better bought something and police be there next week with it.
For sure.
So, but
for real. But nah, I definitely want to change it. I feel like you got to take your kids on that journey, though. You got to tell them because they don't know. Like you said, and sometimes when I'm doing stuff for my kids, it seems like it's a real messed up feeling. But I was like, these kids are spoiled. I'm out here sitting here and these kids jumping around. There's some soft music playing over the intercom. And they eating. Everybody having a go. I didn't call 5, 10 families in here and they just are talking. And I'm just it's just like I'm living somebody else's life. I'm like, what is going on?
My sister like to say, man, you living like a movie life. Like, you know, a movie life, you see a movie like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she say living a movie life. Like, you got some good neighbors. I was in the backyard the other day with the boys, right? And I'm just like, man, they just running around playing. Man, no backyard we can run around playing like that.
Right.
Not like secluded, like got fenced in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I can leave them back there, look out the window, and you know what I'm saying? And like, oh, yeah, they be good. Nah, that ain't how it was back then.
Yeah. I mean, my kids got a trampoline. They back there flipping. They doing gymnastics.
Yep.
I mean, even looking at me, like I think I played basketball one year. And then when we had to pay, it was just like, hey, we can't do it. So we did it for the school. We tried out for the school, did whatever. But it's just a lot of stuff I feel like our kids got. We ain't got. I know that flicker. I was like, hold on,
that rain.
That's another privilege.
Yeah. When you said pay, right? I was playing AAU, right? My sister made a song, right? It was either help me with this AAU trip or pay the cable bill. We ain't had cable for a year.
Damn.
And my sister made a song. It was a Vegas trip. We had to go to Vegas. We ain't had cable for a year. And she made a song about that. So, but now, if they got to go somewhere, we good.
Right. We gonna figure it out.
We good. You know what I'm saying? We got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we putting stuff in their bank accounts right now. A bank account? What's that?
I know. I know.
What's that?
They under 5 and under and got bank accounts.
Again, it just seems like you spoiling your child, but this is the life that everybody else is living that you wasn't privileged to know about.
That's the
you,
thing.
You got nobody. You always hear your grandparents, they didn't have this, they didn't have that. So what's wrong with me doing it for my kids?
And I don't want to sound. I was spoiled as a child too, but it was a different way.
Yeah.
My parents, they did, yes. You know, we were spoiled, but it's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we were spoiled. I don't want to sit here like, oh man, we ain't have, but we were spoiled. Though.
Yeah.
Like, we definitely was.
That's a spoiled love. Though.
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
it's a spoiled love.
Yes,
the spoiled that we talking about is the spoiled where, like I said, you could crash a Jaguar or BMW and be like, that's cool. We're just gonna whip out the, you know what I'm saying? What we got in here? We gonna whip out the Escalade today on the 50s and 20s.
No,
yeah.
I remember spoiled for me back then. My mama used to be like, "What you want for dinner?" And this 5 of us, right? What you want for dinner? And I get to pick fish and spaghetti. And she make it, I'd be like, boy, I'm lucky, boy. I'm lucky. Be bragging to your friends. My mama made fish and spaghetti last night. Hey, let me get some.
And then your big brother and sister be hating on you.
Now you try to sneak it out, because if your mama catch you, where you taking that food at?
Let's not even talk about that. You couldn't even get up from the table if you didn't eat. That's how much of a struggle it was. Boy, I know you don't want to eat that, but you're going to have to eat them peas, my boy. You're going to have to take that belt. So you gonna think you gonna sit there? I'm gonna wait, and they be waiting too. It's like a game of who gonna crack. I'm like, boy, I'm gonna have to get whooped for this because I can't do it.
But
I can't.
That's another life lesson though, because like even when you got to do something you don't want to do, you get it done. You figure it out.
See, but our parents was trying to make sure we didn't go to bed hungry though. That's what it was. Yeah. And so now I get mad at my kids. I'm like, now you eat that pizza. And you take a bite out, you picking the toppings off, and you going to throw it in there. And I feel bad because then I feel like I'm badgering my kids because that's how I was. Yeah. What was told to me is, man, it's kids that ain't got nothing to eat right now. You throwing the pizza in the trash. If I brought the pizza to him, he going to knock it off. And you throwing it in the trash because you know we got Lunchables, we got apples. And something we ain't have. My snack, my mom was like, you can have one thing that was good. I always had Oreos. You can attest to it to this day. Had some Oreos. That was the snack to have. Other than that, it was whatever was what you ain't get to pick what we eating. Whatever I cook is what you eating.
And that's why I think I'll eat leftovers right now. Like you can't pay me to eat leftovers for real
at all.
Like Thanksgiving food or something because like we ate leftovers a lot growing up, right? Yeah. So I'm like, man, I can't do the leftovers no more.
I be trying to, I'm the only one who really eat leftovers. I be trying to instill that like in my kids and wife, and they'll be like, can I just have a Lunchable? And I don't even want to argue. I'll be like, yeah, whatever. I don't care.
Man.
But I don't eat meatloaf because
I don't eat meatloaf either.
The struggle. It was so easy. Like my mama made it. It was quick and easy. Throw it in the oven, be done with it. Like she did that every week. We had meatloaf. And so now I'm like, I can't stand it.
Dang, made me feel bad because I just had some meatloaf, smashed it.
Hey, more power to
potatoes.
Nah, I just had the meatloaf. We put barbecue sauce on that, but boy, I was in there.
Yeah,
I was in there. I was like, hold on, bro, pause the game.
Pause the game.
That might be why I don't do ketchup either. Cause,
you don't do ketchup?
Nah, he don't.
She did ketchup on her meatloaf, and the only sauce she would let us have with like stuff was ketchup. So like with fries and that, we didn't do ranch at our house. Like we didn't have ranch. We had ketchup. Hey, you got fries? Ketchup. Hey, you got a burger? Ketchup. Hot dog? Ketchup.
Mm-hmm. I feel for you, bro. My mama kept that ketchup and mustard on her. She kept that thing on the wall. She was ready.
We had the condiment ketchup. We had the ketchup.
Yeah, we had ketchup and mustard, boy.
That's it. Hot sauce.
Boy, you know what?
Oh, yeah, we had hot sauce.
I just tell people I didn't even know that it was hamburger buns. Because every bread that we used was a sandwich bread.
Oh, yeah.
Every bread we used was a sandwich bread.
The Wonder Bread.
Barbecue or something. The Wonder Bread. Yes.
I didn't know because when we barbecued, that's what she bought because it was just us. It wasn't the family doing all that. So when I seen it, that threw me off. I'm like, what kind of Do it taste different? Let me get one.
The
of
Wonder
those.
Bread better. I'm gonna keep it 100.
You probably know what I'm talking about, but you wasn't here yet. There used to be this bread store on State Avenue.
Oh my God.
And they used to sell a bunch of bread that like bread and Hostess snacks that were about to expire within like the next week or whatever. And they would put these little grab bags together for like $1.50. And you get like 12 Hostess snacks in there. And my mama used to go in there. Brittany think this is crazy all the time. My mama would get like 12 loaves of bread because there's 6 people in the house.
Yeah.
She get 12 loaves of bread and she put 11 of them in the freezer.
Yeah,
so we got one out, right? And then every time one get about halfway done, you pull one out the freezer, sit down, let it thaw out.
Let it thaw out.
Yeah. Brittany's like, you used to freeze bread?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I ain't never froze no bread.
I seen somebody do that.
That's why
it's
expiration dates. She be looking at them like, it's expired. I'd be like, is it mold on it? No. Let me check that real quick.
I'm like, it still smell like lemon. It's good.
Yeah, hey, this look real good. All right, give me a hot.
Man. Again, the privilege, because back then, wasn't no checking no labels, looking at no expiration dates. Y'all just poured it on there. As long as it ain't turned green or a different color I ain't recognize, we eating it.
I ain't know about turkey. I didn't know about ham.
Man.
All we knew was bologna.
Boy, fried bologna.
With the red ring around
you got to peel
fried
it up.
bologna.
Throw it on the pan.
You fry the bologna, then it come up, and it rise up.
Boy, and then, now we got to put some government cheese on it.
Drop cheese on
it. Man,
boy, we in the restaurant.
I still eat that to this day, though.
Man, me too.
I make me a good sandwich with some chips.
I ain't above it. I ain't above that.
Let's see. My daughters, I threw them off the other day because I made a serb sandwich. And they was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I see the struggle in this now.
yeah, like
that. Some things don't last the test of time. No. That's one. But I was like, let me try this again. So I made me a quick serb sandwich. Yeah,
how did it taste?
It tastes exactly how it used to taste, but it just wasn't. Yeah. It's different when you ain't
got standards
eat it.
now.
When you ain't gotta eat it, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Man, I just think that as we took my son, where we take him to? No, I'm gonna just use a simple place. Taking him to Popeyes. I didn't even know Popeyes was a thing. All I knew was KFC, Church's Chicken, McDonald's, same old, Wendy's. Going down further than that, seeing these fun names on these restaurants, I'm like, boy, what is this? They bringing out plates. You get an appetizer. You know, that's a foreign concept to me because that's not something we was doing. We weren't even going to Applebee's. I ain't saying we was just. I ain't trying to make it seem like we was just so poor. Woe is me. We singing. Can I have some hot porridge? But I'm just saying it was like that.
Yeah, well, it's kind of different. But you was the only child too. Well, technically, because your brother and sister was like 15 years older than you, so they was out of there.
They was leagues above me. So.
But like I knew we wasn't going out because it was my mama had to pay for 6 people. It wasn't happening. Yeah. If we got McDonald's or Wendy's, we was lucky. And usually that's because some of them would stand the night elsewhere. She'd be like, "Oh, it's only 3 of y'all. All right, let's go to McDonald's.
You got food at the house."
Yeah,
man.
Favorite comment. We got food at now. My daughter's be like, "Can we go to Whataburger?" All right, let's DoorDash that real quick.
He said DoorDash dropping bands.
Oh yeah, because I don't
bands. That boy dropping bands on the kids.
The minute they hit, they put Whataburger on there. My wife was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be a problem," and it's been a problem.
It's been a problem.
But see, you can do that now because you couldn't do that if you stayed in the hood and had that same mentality. Yeah. If your finances was not where they was, you didn't have what you didn't have growing up, you wouldn't have got to this place that you at now.
That's kind of where my fear with them is they so used to us door dashing or being able to like take them to Target or do whatever. Like, what's gonna happen when they on their own?
Well, it's a different day and different age. They come from money, so they're gonna learn to go get it. You got to feed your habit. And then on that note, we would just like y'all to comment. Thanks for all the likes. Let us know. Would you change your finances and how you grew up? We'll catch you on the next one.
Yep.